I need to remember to unmute myself first. I am unmuted. All right, cool. That is the worst way to start, but that is okay.
But
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Onyx Path and Masks in the Trinity Continuum. Anima Masks in the Mirror. I am here playing this wonderful game with some wonderful people, and I also want to thank this company for letting me run, or this publishing company for letting me run this game by mentioning their what's happening, what's going on with them. If it helps. But for some weird reason, their website is not popping up. There's a couple of things though. Let me see if I can. Do you remember?
boy, it's such a path, much onyx.
Yeah, it's very. There's a very onyx stuffs of. I do know that there's a let's see, what is it? Scrolling down. Exalted Essence the player's guide was fully funded in less than 1 hour.
Wow.
That's an hour too long for Exalted Essence. It should have been done before they clicked the button.
Apparently, yeah, but also achieved all the stretch goals. It is an incredible game if you wanted to have any sort of power fantasy of being incredibly OP and not have anybody else complain about it, because everybody's incredibly OP. So it's a fun game if you like rolling dice. And
say, like, it costs more to get the dice than it does to buy the book, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Well, now they made a rule. You can't out of all of your bonuses, you can't have 10 extra dice outside of your rule, outside of your regular roll. So you could have 20 something. That's not bad. Yeah. You're
Grabbing
limited.
that bucket.
Yeah, yeah. You're limited to some dice now, so it's pretty good. The other thing that I'm scrolling down to see.
Oh, I'm scrolling.
On sale this week, there's a Lost City of the Oracle's Amulet and Drive-Thru RPG. I think it was. I think it started yesterday. I'm not even there if it's still there. There's also a conversion dog for Pugmire. 1E to Pugmire, Realms of Pugmire, which is kind of fun. You get to play as little dogs. It's cute. And then I think that's it. I can't see anything else, so that's good.
I love Pugmire.
It's great. It's so fun. It's so cute.
I like the expansion they did where you get to play as rats.
Yeah.
Ratmire?
I think it's called I don't remember what it's called. Something about the Undercities of Mao or something.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. Because there's also the just
Mao.
Mao in general, which is very
I played a game of
Little
Pugmire
catty.
very
at
catchy.
OPPCon, and the fact that the cats gain powers by knocking stuff off and breaking it is just that's peak.
It is.
Squeaks in the Deep. That's what it is. Squeaks in the Deep.
Squeaks in the deep.
Wow, that's the name.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's great.
That deserves an Annie award just for the name.
It's so good. I'm
Hey,
very
guys.
happy a bit.
It should be a silliest name, any
I-
word, I think.
I have 9 experiences. What do?
Do you want to spend them before the potential finale of what is happening right now?
Yeah, probably.
It would probably be a good idea.
I can't spend them next game.
No, probably not.
Probably not. I'm planning to go out in a blaze of glory.
A blaze of something. We can do that as real quick, if you want to. Let's see. Let me double check the character advancement side.
There we go. Page 39.
Yeah. Page 39. You can use your experience 10 for an attribute, 3 for an edge, or for a new dot for a regular edge, 2 for a path edge that you already have, and then 6 for an enhanced edge. All sorts of good stuff. While I try to.
All right. I have spent my 10 experience.
Okay.
Oh, you had 10? That's so much easier than 9.
10
I
is
put a point into intellect.
great.
What is the difference between...
How much
I
would
never...
it cost?
Which one?
Put in points and skills and stats.
So 10
You
points
can...
will get you an attribute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
Oh,
5
alright.
would give you a skill.
Okay, okay.
And what was your question?
That
I was
was
just
my
trying to
question. I want.
Oh, yeah, that was your
Oh, sorry. I
No, it's okay.
misunderstood.
Everybody...
Actually, you know,
I'm just...
before we do this part, why don't we introduce each other first?
What?
That would be good, so that I could, like, you know, it'd be nicer. Red, would you want to introduce yourself first?
What's up, everybody? I'm Red, also known as Red Wendigo 13 or Fabler and Phyrexian, depending on what corner of the internet you know me from. I have just started streaming again over on my own personal Twitch channel. I'm a variety streamer there where I do video games and Magic the Gathering content. I'm also a featured GM, or I was until very recently, over at Lawful Stupid RPG, where I just finished up Biting Malevolence the Hamlet, my 5e version of Resident Evil 8 The Village, which was a lot of fun, and I plan to expand that into future Resident Evil games, so keep an eye out for that.
Nice, awesome, lovely, great to have you here. Kelly.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly Clark. I'm a writer, performer, and the, I'm going to say, creative director over, I'm just going to make up a new title every episode. This is the last episode, shit. Over at Dork Tales, where we run way too many games way too often. You can see us in such Onyx Path-related titles as Mage of the Ascension, the Victorian Age, as well as more White Wolf-focused, but Transylvania Chronicles, and all sorts of wild and weird stuff. Yeah, that's me. Happy to be here. I'm playing. Oh yeah, I'm playing a guy. I'm playing Bright Witch Riku slash Declan McLean, Lachlan McRae. That's right.
We got very diehard all of a sudden.
I forgot
Yeah,
I'm also
kinda.
playing a guy.
Oh
You're
yeah,
playing a
yeah.
dude?
Playing guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing Dr. Sam or Wild.
Amazing.
Perfect, awesome, amazing. And then, last but not least, Max.
Max, independent TTRPG designer, and running a lot of games online, trying to keep it professional, but not in any other streams, so less from me today. Keeping it short, playing here as Joseph and Magisterium. Bit of a... Oh, he's also a guy, I have to admit.
Perfect. And
Yeah.
I'm Michael, and I stream on Twitch as AsteriskVtuber. I am Aster over there as well, and I am a composer, voice actor, and writer, and all sorts of fun stuff. I love to run D&D and all sorts of different types of tabletop role-playing games, and yeah, this is me here, and we're having some fun. And obviously, I am just not really good at introductions. But with that being said, how is everybody's experience expenditure going?
I just bought 3 skill tricks
Perfect.
because I realized I had none.
Ah, okay. Skill tricks in this, remember, the way skill tricks work, from what I remember, is like they have their own, like, list of things that they can do.
Yep.
So you just kind of...
Yeah, I took a gun tool, which allows me to like turn on things with a gun. I can use it.
Amazing.
You know, like I don't have a key for this lock. Boom, gun. I don't have a toothbrush. Gun. You know, like...
I don't know about this toothbrush gun thing, but okay,
Hey,
yeah,
according
sure.
to the rules, Asterisk.
Oh, you just put the bristles on the slide and then fire it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would.
Well, I
You
mean,
don't have to worry about
American.
cleaning your teeth anymore.
yeah, that would be a thing.
One way or another, you know.
Yeah.
A gun is like potence in Vampire the Masquerade. It's equivalent to every other power.
Yeah, love it. I love it.
I wasn't aiming at you because that's just hilarious, and no barrier, so that I can just do like I can either parkour over something and just go through it.
Yeah, that's good. And then what did Joseph get?
Yeah, I think I've just picked skills, and I'm thinking which attribute group.
This is the one thing about Trinity that always strikes me as a little different than other systems is that like there's no reason not to min-max in Trinity.
Yeah,
Well, I
there's a
mean,
couple
it's
things.
I
not
mean
that
that
type of game where it's very important, though.
It really isn't because there's
yeah,
yeah yeah. I mean, it's
it's
okay.
it's we- it's different, you know?
It is different. It is very very different in that way, but that's okay. We're here for different. But if that is okay, if everybody is ready,
Ready.
let me pop in a little music.
I'll pretend I picked the attribute I need when I have to roll it.
That sounds good. Yeah, perfectly fine. This is how much I care about that part of it. Apparently, don't be like this. Don't be like me. Don't when you're storytelling. Don't do this.
No, no,
Do it.
I won't do
You
it, of course.
There we go.
the group. Several things happened. I mean, I would say several things happened. The last time you were able to, after communicating with legitimately the worst person I've ever created, thanks to with the help of the name of in the actual system, the CEO of Optech. You also met with the creator of Terra Surge, Alexander Vargas. But you met him in some sort of an ethereal state within his game. And knowing that on one side he's providing peace, and on the other end the CEO is providing, well, you would say that she's trying her best to dawn a new age, but at the same time she's paving it with quite a bit of homelessness, and unfortunately a lot of people are going to lose their homes. A lot of people are going to no longer be where they are. So your choice between following Marissa Cassell and your choice between working alongside Alexander Vargas came down to, well, it couldn't be that bad. Whatever he wants you to do when you infiltrate Optech and their servers. Your fourth member had helped you with understanding that there is a middle area between this large spire of the where the Optech building is, this middle floor that has about 2 floors worth of space that is completely empty around the 50th floor. Understanding that could potentially be where the servers are, you got yourself a distraction with the ghost wolves and protests out in the front, and also using your security, your IX security clearance to help you, and your uniforms to help you get in the back room and help you get into the elevator, the one of the only service elevators that would get into the server room. Right before you were about to get onto that elevator, though, Sophie gets a call. And you hear the call almost as soon as the call comes about. You hear an explosion out in the front, followed by gunfire. You can hear a very fuzzy Isla over the phone They're fucking firing on us. We need help. We definitely need help. And Sophie, without a single word, starts to turn to get to leave. You could see in her eyes, very, very, very briefly, as she leaves out the door, that she wants you to go on, and finish this. But she obviously can't leave her ghost wolves behind. With the door
hell, Soph.
She nods and we lost another person.
Weird.
It's perfectly fine. We will kind of continue on for a little bit. Well, I don't want to change the cameras too much. It's very unfortunate. May or may not be back again
Oh, it also
soon.
helps when if I unmute when I say things like, "We got to go on without you."
Yeah, that would help.
Does it help a little? Does it make things a lot easier?
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
Hold on, let
In
me
a performance medium.
let me.
Oh, I'm still in my window. Oh no, there I am.
Okay, so and then I also have to turn that off. So we'll fix that later. When our third person comes.
Did you say he was having internet problems earlier?
Yes, he had like a storm or something that cut it, and it's not been better since. So we're gonna have issues here, but that's okay.
Our only issue is capitalism. Let's go bring it down.
Okay. Are you going into the elevator then? The three of you?
Yeah, I'll drag
Joe?
Mysterium.
Yeah,
I
Joseph.
remember Max's name.
Yeah.
Joseph.
I'll drag. No, Joseph has feet. I'll grab the guy that can't move on his own volition at the moment and drag him in. Come on, let's go.
All right. So with Sophie gone, and it's just the three of you again, the elevator closes and it starts going higher and higher. You hear, the three of you hear in the back of your glass. You're getting closer. We are closer to a new age, a new dawn, and closer still. And
You're hearing that too, right?
Sam,
You're hearing that too, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to me. I was kind of focused on the weird voice in my head.
Yeah, that's fair. That's valid. Let's continue listening to it.
Yeah. Legitimately, the player was like, I assume he's reacting to the voice, not me, but
Yeah.
nope, sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's the same thing. As you also go back and there's several little bits and pieces of voices that you don't recognize, pieced together in a little cacophony of whispers. You don't really make out what they say, and you don't really make out what it really potentially could mean. But more and more of those voices kind of start flooding your systems for a little bit. This is very, very different from what glass can do. Especially because number one, the only other thing that potentially could happen is the fact that, or glass, if you are in a like lower class citizen, you see ads that you can't turn off. That's a thing.
Of course it is.
But you don't have auditory problems. You don't have like these types of things, sound invading. Not unless you tap yourself in.
I don't know. I hope that this new era that they're talking about isn't like the adpocalypse of like the 21st century, though.
Who knows?
Yeah. But like seriously, got a bad feeling about this. Was the voice? Did the voice sound like Alexander Vargas, or did it sound like CEO?
It
lady?
sounded like Alexander Vargas, but also there was like more compound voices added in afterwards.
Yeah,
I would like
this
to-
isn't great.
I would like to, if possible, make a roll to figure out if something's wrong here and that we might be being played. Perhaps cunning and empathy.
So that sounds like a perfectly fine roll.
Okay, watch
say
me
we
fail
can
this.
do
Here we
that.
go. I failed it. Oh wait, I got one success. We were doing sevens.
Yes, we are doing sevens. So
Probably not enough. Probably not enough.
I would say with that roll, with you essentially don't feel that there's anything wrong per se, in the sense that okay, he's communicating with you. There's nothing wrong on that end, but there is something. It's still perplexing, right? It's not supposed to be that way.
This is creeping me out.
At the
Yeah,
same
this
time,
isn't great.
and then suddenly, the cacophony starts having kind of like a round of screams. You can hear the screams of different voices, and Alexander Vargas just... they're here. They found me.
Where's here? Hello?
The system, the core, their viruses found me. And he kind of, there was a little bit of silence, and then suddenly, would you be open to assisting me?
What do you need?
You. All of you. And
Like,
with that, the three of you get almost simulcasted. You could still see that you're in an elevator, but your consciousness gets pulled into the game. And
what the shit?
No.
hopefully he's not ready yet. I don't know if he's ready yet, so we gotta do this again. You are we'll just do that for now and then turn that off. You are also in Terra Surge. So if you thought that you didn't need the other character sheet,
We were fools.
No! Not again!
if you look down on yourselves, you could see that you are both in your gear, in your human gear, in your regular gear, and you could see little bits and pieces of the elevator. And you could feel that you are still going up in this elevator. But you look out, and parts of the elevator kind of collapses into scenery, into the game. You are in both realms at once. Pieces of it kind of melding in from one side to another.
Sam's nose starts bleeding. Just, oh.
Yeah, you feel your nose bleed, but then you kind of like, you instinctively touch your face, and it's a mask.
Riku's going to kind of tug her skirt down a little, like just toward her knees. This feels, strangely naked. You know, being in both places at once.
Yeah, I don't really like how this feels.
I feel kind of exposed. Well, I've always wanted to multitask a bit more efficiently.
With that, you see that the elevator kind of crumbles in front of you, and now all you notice is there is a kind of glowing form of Alexander Vargas that is in front of you. And there's these two very wildly looking kind of creatures. They look like amalgamations of everything that you've seen before. And it looks like it's glitched out. Every single creature from the game itself kind of melded into this thing. There's a tentacle there, an arm there. It's just a blob. Both blobs of code. They're kind of inching forward, and as they move forward, you could see that there's a trail that's eating everything, the ground, all of it, as it goes through. And as Vargas kind of sees the three of you, this is how you can help.
Okay. Okay.
With that, let's make a little bit of a let me see if I have everything set up here. I just needed that. And would you, for me, roll an initiative roll?
What is that in Terra Surge? Again? It's been a while.
I believe, let me double check. It has been a while because I was going to pull up just those rules, but do I have... Are we back?
Hope
We're
you
back.
didn't. Just wait for me.
No.
Perfect. We are back. We are swapped. It's excellent. And we're good here. And I will do the other one when we get back. You are kind of trying to pick up for Max here. You are still in the elevator, but part of your consciousness got dragged into Terra Surge. You can see that you are now kind of both places at once. You're in Terra Surge as well as being in the elevator, still waiting to move and whatnot. I believe initiative is the same. That's weird. Hold on. Am I reading it wrong? Oh, I'm so sorry. Give me
Oh,
a
that's
little
okay.
bit.
We haven't been in Terra Surge in like
In
real life,
a
like
hot
4
minute,
months.
yeah.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't be upset, dude.
Anima initiative is athletics and best plus best approach.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so athletics.
So go ahead and roll those as I...
And that's our athletics in character.
In character.
In character.
Yes, yes.
2 successes.
And actually, no, at
4
this
successes.
point, sorry. At this point, it could be either athletics. It is up to you to choose.
I maintain 2 successes.
Okay.
4 successes thanks to that 10.
What do you mean? Athletics or what?
So you're going to use your approach from your anima card,
Mm-hmm.
but
Sure.
you can, because you are right now pulled in from the real world, you can use either athletic skills to roll this initiative roll.
Okay.
Like your human athletics or your
Yeah.
card's athletics.
Got me a bit. Oh, well, I guess still okay. More or less. Oh, well, 3?
3 is good. Okay. With that, then, Riku / Lachlan gets to go first in the situation.
Okay, so we're taking on this giant mutant virus thing, right?
Yep.
Well, there's only one thing we can do. I'm gonna blast it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So
Well-
anyway, I started blasting with love and justice. And I'm gonna hit it with my love and justice bomb.
Love and Justice Bomb. I love it.
Okay, so that's magic attack. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit this thing with a status attack or status effect. Let's do a weaken attack.
Okay.
Okay. My dog agrees that we should. So when I have a common focus that does +2 to magic attack, is that an enhancement or is that a dice bonus?
That is an enhancement.
All right, then in that case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes on the attack,
Okay.
which becomes 11 successes total with my status effect bonus and my +2 to magic attack.
Okay. Well, that's a lot. Let's see what the counter is. 1, 2.
So she's gonna pull out her magic wand, wave it around, pull it up, and go, and then fire like a heart beam that is going to like depower it as much as possible.
You did get a pretty big. You did get the wand as well, the explosion wand.
I gave it away.
Oh yeah, you gave it to your sister.
I
That is
know.
true.
I've only got my common focus right now.
That is true. Well, I mean, yeah, it's fine. You're still wrecking shit. Right?
That was still 11 successes, like, or 11 hits. So I'm
Alright.
feeling pretty good about this.
So you see I wouldn't 11, the number 11 would make very little sense of how it works, so I'm gonna just like add like 3 zeros behind it so it looks cool, because you could see the damage. You can see 11,000 damage, but then instead you could see it kind of the number warping a little bit, and it only does 6,000 damage.
Hey! Don't cheat, you big bitch!
With that though, the kind of amalgamation swings, and there's just this giant tentacle that goes across the room, right behind you, and it's going to try to attack all three of you. So the way that damage works is everybody make a block attack roll. I mean, block attack. What the? I mean, it makes sense, but
Is this
block roll.
magical?
No, it is not.
Whoop.
So you're just rolling for block.
Would it make sense to use force as an approach for that to kind of like counter with a magic wand?
You can.
Okay.
Oof.
Then I actually...
0 successes.
Ooh.
0 successes. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 6. If I can use force for that, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll let you have it. So for the viewers at home, regularly animas do not have. You do not use any approach. However, this is a little different. We are still having people as well, so you're able to use your approach, or sorry, I didn't get to finish that. Or any of the force or finesse attributes.
Do I get successes for my
Sorry, physical
aspects?
Physical attributes.
Aspects specializations from Anima?
In that case, I'm going to roll 2 extra d10 because my force would have been higher in my human form.
Okay. Sorry. What was Joseph's question?
Do I get? Oh, I have like some aspects and specializations. Do they work in this weird situation? Okay, then it's 7 successes.
3 successes.
3 successes, 7 successes, and you said 6?
6. Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so while that happens, so Magisterium doesn't take any HP damage. We have 1 damage going through to Riku. That's 4 damage going through to Wild. However, that is also 1 injury condition, 1 bruised onto Sam.
Okay.
Alright, my connection blipped a little. Oh, what did I get?
No damage. You were just barely able to defend against it. And for Lachlan, you kind of get scraped with the kind of like 1 barnacle of this particular tentacle, and it scratched you a little bit, whereas Sam/Wild got smacked, and as you flung back, you hit an invisible wall, and you turn around, and it's actually the elevator wall. So not only does your character get hit, but also you get hit as well.
Yeah.
With that,
Sorry, my connection went a little off. So did I get injured?
no, you did not.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed to block it all. But it is also now your turn.
Let's blast the thing. I mean, I'm a very, very diverse character. You know?
Yeah.
Should be the same. About the same. Magic attack. Okay. 7 plus, right?
7 and up.
Mm.
10s are rerolls.
Yeah. That would be 8 successes.
8 successes. Okay, well, let's see if this thing...
Basically got a lot of automatic ones from min-maxing.
Yep. Okay. That was really good, as you do notice another 6,000 kind of roll into this creature.
Oof, fireball.
As that fireball just kind of rushes into this giant amalgam and just into it. And a chunk of the code gets kind of gouged out to the side of it. And that will be Wild Sam's turn.
Okay, so Wild looks down at his body, which has a big crack across the chest. And he reaches for his healing mask, but then thinks, just shakes his head, reaches back, pulls out the Green Man mask, takes his staff, and slams it into the ground and is going to try a Grasping Vines.
Okay, sounds good.
So that is 3, 4. Okay. So it's 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 6 successes. And because it is brutal, he has an additional 2 complications.
Okay.
Because my focus is brutal.
Your focus is brutal. But also, what does it do? No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see.
So, he must overcome a +2 complication to take a move action, but because it's brutal, it's a +4.
That is
So he's stuck.
gross. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You wrapped the vines around him quite intensely so, I would say. And you can see the thing start kind of trying to roll towards Vargas, but the vines are kind of holding it down. And Vargas just kind of looks at the three of you and just goes, I am still needed elsewhere. You must be the one to defend me. And it is Riku's turn.
Hey, this thing is just being a right bastard. Wild, you okay?
My function maintains. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have a healing potion in case you need it. Just letting you know. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna mess this thing up like good and proper. Your problem is you're too fast, and I'm gonna try to bind it to the ground with heart chains.
I will,
using
but right before
It is
you do
bound
that,
with vines currently.
he is already bound to the ground.
So it is, it's already bound with mine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, you're absolutely right. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it still for you guys because you guys are the damage
Yeah,
dealers.
let's do a magic attack then. Let's just go boing.
Okay.
Okay, so we can use our approaches and skills for this.
Yes.
For superpowers. Go.
Just as a note, DM, because of the high complication, he is actually bound, not slowed.
Sounds good.
I rechecked that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So 5 successes on the hit, plus 2 for magic attack, so 7 total.
7 total. Yeah, you actually see another 6,000 smack into him. It in another shot, the heart kind of, you mark like a heart shape, like opening into its side as well.
Swear to God, if that reduces, I'm gonna.
I mean, it did reduce.
God damn it!
God damn it! Concern it!
Concern it.
the creature.
She's getting pissed.
Yeah. As the creature kind of looks over, and you could see from that opening, that hole, a large kind of laser opening kind of gets shot out slowly, and you can see a as the light kind of looks to charge over. I need everybody to make your defensive rolls. Now, in this particular situation, you can choose your skills as your anima, which is basically just block, or you can add any of your you can use any of your attributes, like I said.
Okay.
Can I use magic defense in this situation? This is all surreal, man.
You
I'm
can.
sorry.
You can.
Okay, magic defense
You
works?
can do magic defense as well if you want to.
All right. That's going to be 3 with enhancements.
Okay.
Because we're in
usual
anima, is our
content?
success a 7 or do we still need an 8?
It's still 7. All 7s. They're all 7s.
Okay.
Everybody is 7.
And can you repeat, please? What can I use from my regular sheet?
You can use your attributes, so you can any of your physical attributes, so might, dexterity, stamina, essentially, to either get away, take the damage, or block it in some way.
Do I choose, or I can? It's attribute plus block from Anima.
It's attribute and then plus the either block or whatnot from Anima. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. This is odd.
Yeah, well, it's an odd situation.
I'm sorry, not picking it up very quickly.
No, that's fine.
Just
Oh,
one.
good result.
Just
Oh,
one.
my. I have 6.
6. And then.
Oh, I guess I will pick a raise.
And then Kelly got how much? 3? Was it?
3 total. Yeah.
3 total. Okay. With that, you can see. That's 3 damage. 4 damage to Riku. There's 1 damage.
Was it 3 or 4? Was it 3 or 4?
4. 1 damage to Magisterium. And then also, that is 7. You said 1 success?
Yeah, Wild's down. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, Wild had 4 health left.
Yeah,
If Riku took 4, yeah.
Wild
so
took
just
6.
a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
You said I got bumped in the previous encounter, but I didn't get a damage number. Was it 1?
1. You did get scratched by 1.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Just making sure so I can keep track of my health.
Yeah, and then as Wild is down, Sam, you take another injury condition. As the elevator opens up, but now you turn around, kind of like half of you feeling completely like KO'd in that sense, but you turn around and the laser actually cut into the elevator. You could see burn marks into the elevator as well.
Well, that's not good. Well, that's not good.
Oddly, I kind of see this as normal. Yeah, that's what was supposed to happen, but this is fucked.
With that, then,
So can I still talk as Sam?
you can talk to Sam. Yeah.
If somebody can get Wild up, I can heal all of us.
I have that potion.
I also carry a potion if you just get it to
You
me.
do have it too.
Ooh, I have to fish around in your pants for it.
Sure.
All right, Magisterium, it is your turn.
Well, still there with this. Well, I mean, I'll do the same thing. Don't see why not.
You gotta fish around his pants?
Blast it. Blast
Oh,
it.
okay.
Works. Ooh, so many 10s.
Oh gosh. I should probably prep
Oh well,
my
they
blunt
blew up to nothing, but it's still very good. It's another 8.
Why? Hold on. Jesus. Okay, well, that unfortunately only did 2,000 damage. So only you could see the number 2,000 as the creature kind of glances away a little bit, kind of moving around a little bit. And I think we might have lost Max again for a slight bit. As now, oh, we're back. It looks really damaged still, even though the 2,000 just kind of hit into it. You can't really see its HP bar. You can still see the creature. It's not necessarily anything that the game has produced in that sense. But Wild is down. However, Sam, you have movement as Sam, as you no longer see what is happening in Terra Surge. You've essentially been knocked out of it, but now you in your purview you notice that outside of that scorch mark, your two companions, they still look like Lachlan and they still look like Joseph to you. The elevator door opens. There's nobody on this side right now, but there are still hallways that you have to go down before the server room. What would you like to do?
Wow. I'm going to take out my doctor's kit and I'm going to try and heal my injury.
Okay.
So that if I get to go back into the game, then I'm not gonna like die if I get hit again.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I've got stitching and quick aid plus this, so that is this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 successes.
7 successes. You are able to very, very quickly analyze what injuries you've actually sustained.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there is some sort of trauma, like bruise, that's on your back right now from hitting the elevator, essentially twice, and that's kind of where that damage comes from. You do notice that there is a rib that is kind of sore. You know that you didn't break it, but then you could feel there's like a little bit of like purple around. You can see that there's a little bit of purple around your chest area with where your rib is, and so that you can accurately assess two things. Number one, that creature did smack you, and then that actually hurt you, and then number two, the elevator hurt you, and with that you're also able to clear out one injury condition, and the next injury condition is cleared on the start of your next turn. Okay. With that, it is Lachlan's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go and as Riku, go and feed Wild the potion that he has in his inventory, if possible. And if for some reason his inventory is locked, then I'll just give him my health potion.
Okay, let me real quick. That sounds perfectly fine. I think you can totally fish out his health potion.
I wasn't sure if it was like video game locked, right? Like the inventory goes when the person goes down, or if it's more D&D style rules, you know?
I would say that it is almost like modeled after a D&D game in that sense.
So. No.
So you would have something very, very similar to D&D, where you can use their if it's in your party, right? You can use their health pot. So let me go ahead. What does it do? Does it say specifically?
I don't know
Health
actually. Let me see. Pull up Anima. There we go. And it's specifically called the healing potion. Okay. No,
Healing
that's pretty basic.
potion.
Healing.
Easy to remember.
My dog is trying to break into the room.
It doesn't say what it does. Weird.
There's no way. It says healing 3.
Yeah. So it just heals 3 then?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Cool.
Great.
All right, then I'll
Theoretically, it could give like extra successes if you try healing somebody.
Yeah, literally the only thing I can see is healing 3.
Yeah. Because I looked it up and it says a healing potion carried by most players. And I'm like, great. But what does it do?
It's carried, man.
Yeah. It's there.
It is written there. Why do you ask?
No, it's healing. It is carried and it is healing.
I heal him. Ow. Speaking of things that should heal, my dog just came into the room.
Wrong heal.
Lovely.
Wrong heal. I love that he came and he was making his anxious noise of like, oh, I need in, and he literally just went to the windowsill and like laid down. Like, really? You needed your mat. Okay, there you go. I thought it was a me thing, but all right.
So let me just double check because it does. Yep, yeah. I mean, I'll just say it heals 3 for now.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll take that.
Restores health points provided by armor, just like any other point. So, yeah, 3 it is. Yeah, that is actually exactly what it is. Healing 1 is 1 health point. So healing 3 is 3 health points.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
Love that.
That comes to be. With that, though, the creature takes one look at the 3 of you, you think, and you could see it start crawling towards Vargas again, but because now the vines are gone.
Yeah.
And Joseph's turn.
Maybe I should do something else. No, that's stupid.
What's stupid?
Oh, well. How does the creature look even a little different?
I mean, changed as in how? Like how do you want it to look changed?
Does it seem that our efforts had any effect?
Oh, 100%.
In any obvious
100%. So there's like bits and pieces of code that is just flown across the room and everything. There's
Oh, okay.
It's an amalgamation, but then it's no longer as full, I guess, would be the easiest way to say it.
Oh, well, I'll just blast it again. I'll think it over. Maybe I have an idea.
Okay.
Six successes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I didn't get a single success. As you throw the giant fireball one more time, this time landing directly into the barrel of that laser, you could see that the barrel kind of have small ring explosions across until it goes into the amalgamation.
Belly of the beast.
Is essentially as it kind of implodes, and you could see it kind of crystallizing, and then whoosh, shatters. And with that, Fargus looks in front of you and just goes, "You're close to the server room, even closer now." And without a single word, shunts all of you back towards your human forms.
Something.
Oh man, I wasted that health potion for nothing.
At least it was you. At least it wasn't yours.
Oh yeah.
We might be back there, guys. Damaged and all.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
Anything can happen at this point.
And with that,
Did a laser just try to jump out of Terra Surge and behead us?
It didn't try. It succeeded.
Glass thing? How does that even work?
Who knows at this point?
Let's just go.
Yeah. Let's do it quick. Try to keep our heads.
and with that, we will take a short break. 5-10 minutes or so before we come back. So then a little bio bit break and everything. We will see you guys then. are back. And I'm not muted right now. That's perfect. Everything works. So, no longer are you having to deal with the glitched virus. However, I don't like this one. Let's do this one instead. However, in the ensuing silence, oddly enough, it seems like the server room is just whirring and humming, and there isn't that many people working on it right now. In fact, there's nobody here. You do see I love that so much. There's just one person on the side, on the corner, that's like done with everybody's shit. Just Corbin. And he's like just sleeping at the desk. You can obviously tell that it's wildly understaffed for no reason, I would say. Except for the one guy with the name tag Corbin on the side. I love that, by the way.
Guy looks really awkward.
Just a tad.
You talk to Corbin.
Probably runs games on his off
Probably why
time.
he's so tired.
But you do notice that there is that glass screen that closes off this section. That section of IT or whatnot, that they're kind of working on that one side. And as you continue down the hallway, you see these large stacks and stacks of servers. This is a very, very large room. From that small observation, like kind of glass booth that Corbin is in, they're overseeing something of a monumental scale. The little red beeps, little red dot lights that are kind of flashing on each singular server. There is a reason. There's a reason why glass works, and there's a reason why all of this works. As the closer you get now, the colder it feels. And they're trying to chill these servers as much as possible as it continues to work. What is happening right now? Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, sorry. And no. I something was vibrating on my desk. My phone was vibrating. Why did I say something was vibrating? That sounds so bad.
Something was vibrating on your desk.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, something.
You enjoyed the vibration?
The vibrations. Feels good.
It gave me a positive vibe.
Yeah.
You know.
The sending good vibes. The three of
good
you.
vibes only.
Passively, aggressively, appreciating the fun. That's what it deserved.
Yeah. So with that spam call out of the way, and you standing in the precipice of all of these servers, you do notice that there's a straight line all the way down to some sort of central station. And the one person that could potentially call security or try to stop you falling asleep behind the wheel, so to say. What would the three of you want to do?
I have no idea, guys, what we should do here.
Were we trying? Okay, was the goal to destroy it or to hack it?
So the goal that Vargas wanted you to be was just be in the vicinity of the central server, so he can unlock it. So essentially, he will hack it. However, there is still a chance for you to say fuck both of them and destroy it. It is completely up to you.
believe we won't do that. Although, um, he didn't say if we need to do anything to help him, right?
Vargas, we're here. Now what?
Seems to be there's some extra security. You can
No, there's just
hear
some sleeping guy.
the
No, not
ding
bothering
of another
Corbin.
elevator.
Ah,
All right.
lock and load.
And Marissa Cassell walks out of the door of the elevator. She looks at all the three of you. You do understand what you're trying to do. If you listen to that man.
Oh, lady, you're about to wake up Corbin, and the dude really needs some sleep. Look at him.
First of all, you shouldn't be sleeping. But secondly, we're all doomed. We would be all doomed. Glass has capabilities that you wouldn't... supposed to say secret. But if the three of you agree to get out of here, and pretend that all of you were never here in the first place, what would you want? I'll pay you.
Oh, yeah, surely. Surely if we walk out of here, you will leave us alone, of course. That's what...
Yes, I have to. You don't understand, do you? There are factions within Optech that I've been trying to suppress, even as CEO.
Yeah.
Glass can
No,
control...
sorry, lady. I've been bowing to the likes of you two for too long. Will have none of this.
Listen. Really listen. And while she says that, I need everybody to make a composure check.
Just
Playing
composure?
Just composure.
Weak. 1. I'm very composed. I would like to use my specialty from close
1.
combat, strikes, to... No, I'm kidding.
So just like punch yourself for more composure.
Yeah, just punch myself for more composure. You know, like...
You know, honestly, that's perfectly fine. I'll give you another roll for... Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds okay. Does anybody else
Is that
want
an
Kids at
enhancement?
home.
Huh?
Kids at home, remember? Self-harm's
That
bad.
is an enhancement. Would be 1. That actually would be
Alright, so
an
2. So just...
And
Ow.
what did Sam get?
1.
My dog is very concerned with me now. He's like,
but
what
why?
the hell are you doing?
But why did you do that?
Don't worry about it. It's for the bit.
1 moment, please.
Okay.
I don't think what I'm looking up is going to change anything, but
Okay. Also, Jojo, it's separated. It's fine. Corbin doesn't have to deal with the cold as much because they're in a little glass dome on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried for him.
Looking up. Sorry. A thing that I have that might help me.
Okay. Perfectly fine.
But trying to find it has been exciting.
Okay, let me then I'll continue.
Got it. Hold on.
There we go.
Is this fear, torture, interrogation, or mind altering?
I would say it is mind altering.
Then I get 2 successes because I am iron-willed.
Perfect.
Oh wait, is that a thing? Oh yeah, not for me. It's not.
Is it a did you already roll, and then this is 2 successes after that?
Yeah, I rolled and got 1 success. I have 1 dot in Iron Will, which gives me an additional success.
Perfect. Okay. And then I remember that we got 1 success from Lachlan, and then 2 from or like 2 successes from Lachlan, and
Dude,
then
just
1
slap
from
myself.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay. With varying degrees of unease, when Marissa Cassell says, "Listen, you feel compelled to. You don't like it. Joseph, you might like it a little bit more. You might be like, okay, well, yeah, I'll listen. But something stops you from wanting to feel bad about it. Just for a slight bit." And the next thing that she says goes, and she just kind of leans in and she just, "The glass can alter how your body functions. People have died because of those particular situations. Sickness induced specifically from glass. Passed off as some sort of checkup. Diagnostics. Those factions in Optech have already been taken care of, and I've actively tried to take care of them and shut them down."
You knew about this when you released it?
No, not the full extent. There were safeguards. There were always safeguards. I didn't know that there was anybody that would be so ridiculous as to release them. But the game apparently did. I think in his view of needing to give the players a real experience, he undid all the safeguards that the glass had. It makes you hallucinate. It makes you think that certain things are happening. All of those things are controlled by the fact that he's... And as she's talking...
Michael, before we continue, I did discover that one of my talents allows me once per scene to ignore like an intimidation attempt or like weird gaze. Would it apply here?
It's
I
not
would
necessarily intimidation. What are
not
the stipulations?
um,
You just give me the
whether
name
it's
of
an
it.
aloof game, gaze or intimidation, or like someone wishes to intrude my personal space. It's kind of vaguely worded.
I see. Personal space. For this particular situation, I'm gonna say that you didn't use it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that it doesn't work that way.
I mean, it's probably some special ability thing from her, not
Yeah.
just a social role.
It is definitely something special. But then it's like it's slowly wearing off. But she already got her point across in that sense. As I would urge all of you, whoever wants to make a I would say either cunning, intellect, or resolve, and double the roll essentially. So you're going to take intellect, or cunning, or resolve to recall something that very, very briefly happened in front of you, in front of all three of you.
So roll double that many dice,
Yes.
or double the successes we get.
Double that many
Okay.
dice.
Oh boy.
So, I forget. Does this system have a mechanic for if you roll only ones?
No, but that's a lot of ones if you did, I would say.
Oh, I know. Only a third of them are ones, but none of them are successes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Luckily, in this particular roll, you don't. It doesn't even impact
If
you
I
anyway.
have two, probably we get something.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did Sam get?
5 successes, and I would like the chat to know I rolled 10 dice because my intellect is 5.
Oh, right. I forgot. You did spend your XP.
And I also have a photographic memory, which is 3 more, so that's actually 8 successes.
Jeez.
Spend some momentum. Get more. More.
It's very in character for you.
Very good. Very good. That means as soon as Marissa Cassell says that it induces hallucinations, you have a very, very brief flash of when you heard her footsteps from the elevator that she opened up. And you turned around to see her. The elevator door, as it was closing, there was no laser beam mark inside. It is completely... There's only the small dent in which you fell against it. But you seem to remember that there was, as it kind of closed over. And Max, or Joseph, doesn't really remember as much. But if someone kind of triggers that, you would kind of notice that, yeah, there wasn't any burn mark there.
I will say there wasn't any burn there. Kind of questioning myself. Because I only have a weird feeling I understand, not a full recollection and understanding.
The three of you, along with your other companion, I don't know where she is, but if all of you have gotten in contact with Vargas, I need to run the diagnostics. I need to make sure that he doesn't have control over your systems anymore. We can't let him win. I know you think that I shouldn't win either. But this isn't about me. It's not about my profits.
It is.
Then I think you're right. We can't let him win.
It's the end game for him.
But certainly can't yet let you win either. And Sam is going to try and take the gun that Lachlan gave him and shoot the server.
Very good. Very good. Where are you're going to aim directly into the center, right? To the center console. Give me an aim check.
Okay.
With any of the approaches that you would like, the attribute approaches that you would like.
Okay, so that's like my dexterity or stamina or anything.
It should be the finesse part of dexterity.
Finesse, so it's cunning.
Yeah, you can just finesse and I would say either mental or physical in this situation.
Okay, so yeah, I'll say that that's probably cunning. Alrighty, here we go. Ooh, that's 2 10s.
Okay.
6 successes.
With 6 successes, you do shoot the server, and as the sparks go through, she just kind of reaches over and she can't do anything at this time. But at the same time, you hear the voice of Alexander Vargas kind of coming back in. What have you done? What have you done? And you could see the servers kind of click off one by one by one. Suddenly everything stops.
That good?
It's almost as if there's a time dilation that goes on, as if three of you get pulled into some sort of vision, shared vision, and Mercer Cassell's just kind of standing there as well. The light is shrinking. The more the light shrinks, this eternal darkness kind of covers it. Vargas walks on kind of glass steps, and you could see the small echoes of faces everywhere. You also notice that there are other people that you recognize. Mason Phillips' face. Another face that still seems very, very likely to be Izzy there as well. And you also notice Megan. Vargas kind of looks at the three of you. You've ruined so many lives. You can say that they've already moved on. You could say that they've already died. But in my realm, they lived. They were content. All of them. Your friends. Your sister. Me.
It is you who ruined it. And you know it.
You don't understand. I was going to perfect it, not ruin it.
It's the imperfection that makes life worth living. It's the fact that you don't understand that is why we worked against you. If
Wow.
everything is perfect, what's the point?
What an argument. Then bask in the glow of your imperfections, for those that have none will no longer exist. The darkness closes in more and more, and it kind of covers over. You could see kind of like hands and appendages of people, and
Wild, what did you do?
Megan kind of looks over at Lachlan and just goes, guess I don't need a body anymore. That feels
Megan,
peaceful. She kind of fades into the darkness as well.
Wild, what did you do?
The one with Izzy's face just kind of looks over and just, I really wish I could see my sister again. As she kind of disappears as well. And Mason, looking on, seeing you, Sam, just... You're gonna take care of my kid, right?
Of course.
Into the darkness. Of course, you do also notice that there's a small teenager in the back that you remember as the shopkeeper at that magic shop. He's kind of kneeling, looking around at the darkness. I don't think I want to go. I don't want to go yet. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't. As it all fades as well. The visions of all that you know of Terra Surge, the visions of whatever was existed within that game, slowly fade to black. Marissa Cassell kind of just stands up from her kind of kneeling pose and just kind of looks. You've cost Optech billions. I guess you've rid us of the problem. But you understand what happened, right?
Stop talking. You don't bargain in human lives like that. You don't get to take the moral high ground after this. Frankly,
Shut the
neither do
fuck
I.
up. You just killed my sister, Wild.
No, I didn't. They did. I deleted a program that had her memories. But if that's how you feel... He turns the gun around and hands it to you, holds it to you, handle forward. Might have been the wrong decision, but at least it was mine. I don't blame you for what you're going to do next.
For what I'm gonna...
Whatever you do next.
Go fuck yourself. Enjoy your ghetto. And he's gonna walk off.
Marissa just kind of stands there, looking at the servers. You've done enough.
Is this a goodbye? Joseph smiles.
I suppose it is, in some ways. There will be a time when there will be retribution, I suppose. It is not this day.
To pay those billions, we won't get this money.
Get out.
Damn.
Over the next days, glass has completely shut down. The citizens of Cascade are all in an uproar and outrage and whatnot. Optech has put the blame on terrorists, namely terrorists that go by the name of Ghost Wolves. They pin the blame on so much of the Ghost Wolves that even the citizens of Cascade themselves call for the bulldozing of the Blackwell district, pushing hundreds of thousands of people out of their homes, into the streets, out of Cascadia even, as all of the citizens clamor for the new servers to be built around the rubbles of the slum that they didn't really want to have in the first place. The game completely shut down. Terror Surge, not even a thing, almost a distant memory. But as everybody was looking forward towards the new iteration of Glass, hoping that their implants weren't to go to waste, other people found solace in different types of entertainment. In this new Cascade, what does everybody do? How does everybody live? Let's start with Joseph.
I'm not sure. I will start, though. I'm kind of thinking that I may other decisions may have influenced my future.
Well, here's
Mostly Sam,
here's a
because
good
we
one.
may,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, because I may stay by his side at least partially.
Yeah, so
But
there's
Joseph,
one question then, if you may or may not stay by Sam's side at that point. There's one question: is there were a lot more riots. Your security teams were looked for as additional support many, many times. And you being one of the veterans in their
Joseph's
security staff.
out of that. After all that happened, he feels like that relatively safe life he surrounded himself with was. It wasn't even all that much cozy and cushy. Was also fake. So he'd probably maybe not join the terrorists just yet, but he will enjoy the ghetto life, I guess, and some
Mm-hmm.
more cyberpunking in a classic sense,
Okay.
Maybe guarding Sam's clinic, helping other people there. Oh, not in that district, maybe some a different one. Maybe we'll call some old friends that he was not in contact for years because of his loneliness.
Sounds good. You After quitting your security job, Ellie even contacts you again. Everybody needs a friend in some way, shape, or form in this situation. Going to it now then, Sam. What will you be doing?
Probably not much. He would rightfully, I think, blame himself for everything that happened from this point forward because he was the catalyst. He would make sure that the little girl went somewhere she could be cared for, probably get her to a family or something. and then would pretty much do everything in his power to disappear. Because he can't live with what he's done.
With that, then.
But he doesn't think he deserves the peace of death either. So he just kind of disappears.
With that, I'll have you guys roll Sem, one of larceny, and Joseph, one of enigmas, to see you're able to even keep in contact with him. You're still managed to help out almost in some sort of tribute way, but
4 successes.
Need to roll enigmas. I have nothing to roll. Don't take.
So then it would only just be an attribute roll.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Yeah, so you're pairing it enigmas with one of your attributes, one of your mental attributes.
Up to successes.
Unfortunately, that means that Sam successfully avoids even you. After all that you've been through, there are certain things that still prevents him. Almost as if he's punishing himself in the way that he doesn't feel like having people around is something that he can allow himself to have. Lachlan, after walking out of the server room, what happened? And along with that, what happened later on?
After that, Lachlan walked for a long time, kind of through the riots outside, just kind of existed around that to get his head clear. I don't think he's introspective enough to be sure of what he feels or thinks toward his old party members. But he is sure that somebody needs to be blamed. And he'd rather it go to the people who he's been trained to hate. He'd redouble his efforts. He would head back to Proteus and would basically focus that down without Terra Surge to distract him. Work would probably become life, and he would double down his focus to make sure that no one like Vargas or Marissa Cassell, who are very obviously both Novas, get this kind of foothold again to cause the problem. Even if that bullet was what wiped Megan's data out, irresponsible Nova behavior is what killed her.
You got a promotion. Directly or indirectly, you were managed to bag one of the more elusive Novas of the era. Alexander Vargas went by many, many names, but in the end, he was a very early figurehead of a cult leader in the Aberrant Wars that led many people from both humans and Novas alike to essentially their doom. Understanding that his belief has always been that consciousness was what we make of it. The building of these servers probably hallmarked that he potentially wanted everybody to be in that same state that he was. Regardless, as you dive into your next project, sending you far into kind of the rebuildings of Europe, of Western Europe, on the plane in the bathroom, you kind of look into your mirror of where that black bathroom is, and you notice kind of even just the hints of that Riku in the back, and Bright Witch Riku, almost in the same voice. Working too hard again?
Somebody's got to blast him.
You know, you're always working too hard. You gotta relax sometimes. Maybe play a game or something.
Yeah. Maybe.
And that is where we end. That's
a good final line, by the way. Good job. I like that.
Very
Maybe play a
good.
game or something. I'm like, oh, I love it.
Ooh.
That
I love
is
it.
the well, I appreciate all of my players, and there were a lot of ways this could have ended, but none of them good because of how the settings. I mean, none of them, all of them could potentially be bittersweet in some ways, but that's kind of how this works, and it was always the idea of the game's not necessarily just a look into dystopia, but also looking into how we view our lives. And to be perfectly honest, I would like to use this as a platform to say that it doesn't matter. It really, nothing matters until you make it matter, right? So as long as your life matters to you, you have to, and as long as there are things that matter to you, you just fight for it, and it will be amazing and great. And because of that, think about it. Nothing really matters. So just go for it. Success doesn't matter, failure doesn't matter until you make it so. So why do you make failures matter more than your successes? It makes no sense. Anyways, with that being said, let's go around and reintroduce our players for the campaign, for the session and whatnot, starting with Max.
Okay. I'm Max. Played as Joseph and Magisterium. Well, glad for glad you had me. I'm still under impression from that ending, to be honest. So, thank you. Little off.
Kelly?
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly. I played Keanu Riku in this episode, or John Anime Thick, Anime Wick. No, I played Lachlan / Brightner. Okay, I had to do it one more time. I had to mess it up one more time. Bright Witch Riku. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for running it, dude. Way to give me a depressive ending. I love it. I love bittersweet or bad ends. So this is great. Cheers.
Heck yeah. And Red?
Yep, I'm Brad. I'm probably gonna jump on a stream after this. I was Sam or Wild. Or, the catalyst for the end of thousands of lives, apparently. So
You mean it could have gone worse or better? It is what it is.
Could have caused the third impact. It's all good.
yeah, it's fine. He did what he did, and he's willing to live with that
Yeah,
because, like you said, failure is only failure if you give it power. And even
exactly.
though Sam hates what happened, he still thinks that people living with their own free will is better than whatever Vargas was offering. So,
And I'm Michael. Last but not least, I am thrilled to be able to run this game. It is a little bit system adjacent, I would say. But then I really wanted to use this to tell the story. It's a really fun story, and I'm very very glad to be able to have wonderful players to be able to tell the story with me, and I love every single choice that they made. And with that being said, like I said, make the things that really help you be positive and whatnot matter more than the things that are negative. And it's been blast. So thank you all for being here, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see each other sometime in the future.